Hello to whoever stumbled onto this video. This is our first podcast, so welcome. We are the Speedrunners. This video will be to introduce ourselves. So first off, there are two people that couldn't make it today. They're missing. MIA.
Hold on. I think we start over and
RIP
we
to
make a
them.
missing poster.
Oh my god.
Well, it's too late.
I think it's too late to restart.
It's funny
We're
because Mia's
sending
name is literally
Yeah.
MIA.
Yes, one of the
be
missing
missed.
people is Mia, and our other is Jekz.
Did they happen to send you their introductions?
They did not.
We can't keep it.
Okay.
It's fine. As you can see, we are new to this. We're professional yappers now, okay? But hopefully you'll get to meet them at another time. But this is most of us, so we wanted to go ahead and get on here and say hello and show you guys who we are. How about we start with how we met? Yeah? That work for everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I have a
Yes.
really terrible
The
memory.
year
But yeah.
was 2020.
Was the year 2020? I don't
The
Yeah,
year
it
was
was long.
2020
was COVID.
because I got my
That's not
gaming
bad.
laptop in November, and then I met all of you guys.
And I bought my PC at the beginning of the pandemic with my tax return.
Okay, so it was in December, so it would have been December 2019, I'm guessing.
No, it's December
No,
2020.
because 2021 is when the server was founded.
Yeah.
Like a year
2021 is
later.
when I found you guys.
Okay. We had joined an all-girl group Discord for gaming because we're all gamers.
We're all girls.
And we're all girls.
So true.
So that's how, let's see, me, Chesh, May, and Becca met. And then Eve, you came around. Well, okay. Mia, one of the people who was not here, decided that we played games often enough that she was like, should I make a Discord for us? And she was super cute. And I was like, of course, I will come if you make it. And we just kind of stuck together since then. Eve came, what time?
I wrote this down, actually. In summer of 2021, I had my lesbian pride banner on Valorant, and I got matched into a game with a couple of folks from this
Oh my
server who
God.
also had the banner on. And we bonded, and I got an invite. And it's funny because I was looking at my messages that I sent, to find out when I first joined. And the first three messages are, well, the first one is a Y2K Spotify playlist link. The second one is a video of Miriam Margulies saying she would rather eat a good radish than have bad sex. And the third message was a link to the rice purity test.
Love
Oh my
that.
god.
Love that. for you.
Oh, we have to do an episode on that.
And then which Pokemon is it? Scarlet and Violet.
Scarlet
When
and
Scarlet and Violet came
Mhm.
out, I became addicted to that. And I joined a Pokemon Ditto Discord where they gave away Dittos. And in that Discord, I met Boo here.
Hello. And I, at the time, was just trying to make a name for myself. There was no information on raids, which is like the endgame mechanic for Scarlet Violet. And there was also a lot of confusion for it. So I started compiling stuff, putting a lot of time into it, releasing guides. And Kimi was a very, very generous cloner for the Discord. So she hosted a lot of giveaways, spent a lot of her time helping out other newer players. And I really respected that. I actually recruited her for a little bit of graphics design for the raid guides. And yeah, she invited me to play games with her groups. And then I just didn't stop playing games with those groups.
We had a little break where we didn't play for like a year, but
It was a little bit, but that was mostly because of ARC and also because I got burnt out with raid guides.
understandable. But now we're all here. Well, most of us are here.
Well, you didn't say anything about Jekz.
Jekz, what about Jekz?
There's
Jekz
also
was
in the
What
gamer-
about Jekz?
Yeah, we didn't do May, Becca, and Chesh because we were all part of that OG founding group.
Yeah. We all came over from the other server.
Yeah.
And
Jekz
which
did as
was that
well.
came
Jekz
with
and Mia
us.
too?
Yeah.
Jekz was
Yeah.
there as well. We all started with Overwatch. OG
Well,
Overwatch.
Rest in peace.
Not me.
Except for Becca.
I was the Valorant
was-
girly.
It was
Yeah.
it was Overwatch and Valorant mainly.
Mhm.
Wait, so Speedrunners is really just a FPS PvP kind of
Yes.
server?
Yeah.
That's what it started out
No,
as.
because then we started playing like 7 Days to Die and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it started out as, but it's mostly just a friendship server.
Yeah.
We were also heavily
friends.
into Faz for a while.
Oh my
That's
God.
right.
Halloween.
We should do a Halloween special episode where we play Faz together.
I am down for that.
100%.
I would.
Okay. I guess I'll go first. Yeah. Good
Yeah,
with
you're the
everyone?
host.
Okay. Yes, I am the host. My name is Kimiko. You can just call me Kimi. My pronouns are she, her. A little about myself. Let's see. What are my hobbies? Obviously, gamer. We're all gamers. I'm gaming. I love to draw. I do mostly digital art right now. And I love listening to music. I'm always listening to something if I'm doing anything, literally. Let's see. 2 character traits that would describe me. I would say I'm friendly, and the other people told me I'm compassionate. So, yay!
That's right.
I need to preface that so that it doesn't sound like you're a jerk.
My favorite game of all time is a Legend of Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom. It used to be Twilight Princess, but now it's Tears of the Kingdom since that came out. Some things that I like. My favorite color is cyan. My favorite season is winter, but I am in Texas, so Texas winter is a lot less harsh than, northern winter. My favorite animal, I split it up. My generic answer would be cat, but my exotic answer is something called a deek. It's like a little miniature deer. It's very cute.
You have a
Oh,
picture
no,
of
those
that?
guys, they're cute.
We have a couple of those at our zoo.
I'll edit a
We'll throw
picture.
we'll throw up a picture
Oh my god, it looks like a
in
squirrel.
post.
Let's see. And my favorite anime or show, because we are weebs. My favorite anime is Naruto. I know that's very generic, but I grew up with it. When Naruto was 12, I was 12. When he was 16, I was 16. But
my god, this is like when we grew up with Harry Potter.
oh my god. And my favorite regular show is The IT Crowd, which is a British sitcom.
I did not know that about you. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
I love it. I love the humor in it.
It's so good.
Some things that I dislike are the color orange. I don't really like it. Like I'll deal with it, but it's my least favorite color. And I hate the heat. It gets so hot here, and I am dying anytime that it is over 75 degrees. And a pet peeve of mine is long commercial breaks, specifically radio commercial breaks. I just want to listen to the music. Please stop talking.
So true.
Those have gotten longer and longer, by the way.
Yeah, I
Like
hate
the
it.
radio breaks.
I listened to the Magnus Archives podcast. I've been re-listening to it lately, and there's 4 minutes of ads at the beginning of every episode and another 3 minutes at the end. So when I'm
Oh
like
my
listening
God.
to trying to go to sleep, I have to sit for 7. I can either open my eyes, get my phone out, and skip manually, or I
Oh
have
my
to listen
God.
to 7 minutes of ads.
It's nasty.
It's just you laying in bed, seething at your phone.
Yeah, every night, every night.
Like you're like in that zen state, and then an ad starts playing. You're just like, "Ah."
At
Takes
least
me
with
right out of
some,
the horror.
at least with some like podcast type stuff, the ads are done by the people doing the podcast, so it's not a shocking
Yeah.
voices.
And there's no like annoying sound effects. It's just people
Yeah.
talking.
Okay, so that's me. Any questions, concerns?
What are your thoughts on Jack?
Oh my god.
I have a comment, not a question. Cyan is an annoying color.
How dare you?
It's annoying to my eyes. Okay.
I love a
So
good
looking at Kimi's
you
characters,
Have you seen True Cyan, May?
what does that mean?
Like, a lot of people that say cyan is an obnoxious color haven't seen the true color cyan, because it's a really hard color to get digitally. It has to be crafted with like a physical media.
Interesting.
Oh,
I love
Seems like
light
we gotta
blue.
enlighten her, perhaps.
Well, I don't think
Apparently
Kimi was
there's
talking about
an-
true cyan.
apparently there's an
I
optical illusion.
like
If you stare at
all
the middle,
light blue things. I love blue in general, okay?
I guess my question is, if you like cyan so much, why is your hair not cyan? Like, why did you specifically choose your avatar to have a darker blue?
I don't know. I felt like it fit better.
it's because May looked at it and she said, "I hate you."
No.
The
She had to
vibe has
choose
been is so critical. I mean, my question was, what draws you to the Deek Deek?
I don't remember where. I think I saw it in a meme like a long time ago. And I was like, that is amazing that something that is, deer size can be miniature. It's so cute.
It looks like an AI generated animal.
They look that way in real life too. It's crazy. You're like, that thing's not real.
I've never seen one IRL. I would like to see one IRL.
Do you know where they live?
I do not.
Like it feels like an Australian thing.
I
No.
believe it is. I
No.
actually think that it's that or it's African.
I think it's got to be like sub-Saharan Africa.
Okay, it says
That's where you
East
get all the cool
Africa
videos.
from southern Somalia to central Tanzania and in southern Africa. So basically it's Africa.
I see.
Sub-Saharan Africa. Like I said, I'm so smart, guys.
Oh my god, so smart.
Grab before me.
All right.
I cannot
Shall
bow.
we?
I'm gonna clap for Eve.
Okay.
Hold on, give
Shall
me
we
a
bow
second.
before Eve and make her do her introduction next?
Eve, do you want to go next?
I can, if no one else wants to.
Go for it.
I think you should go in order down the line.
You're so right. All right, Boo.
Oh, hi. I'm not in the line.
You're
You're on the
on
line.
the line.
I'm on Kimi's head. My name is Boo. Pronouns he, him. My hobbies, very much similar to Kimi. I really like playing video games with my friends and puzzle games, but also I've been getting into a lot more survival games lately as well. I do some cosplaying and a good amount of crafting as well, like cross stitches and or 3D origami and stuff like that. And apparently, and I didn't know this that much about myself, apparently I'm addicted to Pokemon because all my friends gifted me Pokemon stuff this year. Character traits, I would say that my most prominent two are I'm very persistent, and I think that I'm very loyal to my friends. My favorite Pokemon game, my favorite game of all time. Okay, I am addicted to Pokemon. My favorite game of all time is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Darkness, and also in the series are Time and I think Explorers of Sky. You'll hear me rant and rave about that game all day long. My favorite color is silver. Favorite season is spring, and my favorite animal is a bunny. My favorite anime is Clannad, and also Clannad After Story, because those are like kind of a linked show. And my favorite TV show is How I Met Your Mother. I think that it's just a really nice series. Who said whoa? What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it. I've just never had anybody call it their favorite. I used to watch that when I was younger, but
The
I
only
would never.
thing I've heard is they hate the ending.
I think the ending makes perfect sense. I can understand why people don't like it, but I think the rest of the series makes no sense if the ending's not the way that it is. But I did hear that there was enough backlash to where they like made a non-canonical ending to appease the other fans.
Interesting.
I just
But
hate
yeah.
that they killed off.
Spoilers.
Hey,
the
Spoilers.
Spoiler.
Okay, but at this
Massive
point,
spoiler.
honestly, if you haven't seen it, where have you been?
That's fair.
Who
That
is
was the
also sitting
controversial
down?
part.
Who is sitting down to watch it from start to finish, one episode at a time?
We just lost
No.
three viewers for that.
My bad. My bad.
People are quitting the podcast now.
It's been out for years.
That's like people getting
Um,
mad about the ending of Harry Potter being spoiled.
my dislikes.
Voldemort is Harry's real dad. Sorry.
Oh my god! How could you just drop that? It's such a massive spoiler.
And Darth Vader makes an appearance at the end.
Which was crazy. Like I wasn't expecting that.
So my dislikes are I really, really dislike jellyfish. I also dislike carrots and rabbits. And
would
then
you
some
like
pet
that?
peeves of mine. What? I don't like carrots or
Oh.
rabbits.
Oh,
You
haven't
are a
heard
rabbit.
Blue's rant about the
No,
rabbit.
I'm a
No,
bunny.
Blue's a bunny.
No, I am a
Same thing.
bunny.
Same thing.
No,
You will
they're
not
very
disrespect
different.
me like this.
Same
They're
thing.
incredibly
They're
different.
very
They
different.
are the
No.
same thing.
Nah, they're the
We
same
will
Comment,
thing.
fight
comment
about
down
that.
below if you
Hair-
think a rabbit and a bunny are the same thing.
If he said
Not
a hair,
you, farming engagement.
Rabbits are extraordinarily violent. They have been a plague upon our society, and they have given us bunnies a very bad reputation. Okay, bunnies, peace-loving people. We're very, very peaceful.
Would you say that you're
Um,
genetically identical to a rabbit?
No, they have a
what's-
gene
what's-
specifically for violence.
Hmm.
This
That's
feels
why they have
They
red
got
a little
eyes.
serial
too.
killer
That's why
genetics.
That's why there's dire rabbits. There's not dire bunnies. But my
You
pet
also think
peeve-
a kitty and a cat are a different thing?
No, those are two.
I don't think
of
I
the
can
same
work
Dog
with
and
thing.
a puppy, 100%.
Is this a bit?
no, this is a real
No,
opinion.
for real.
Not a bit. This is a real opinion.
We hate rabbits here.
No,
Who's
no,
we?
no, no, no.
Who said
you,
we?
you hate
We
rabbits.
hate rabbits. Our
You
hatred,
hate
comrades.
Are
rabbits.
you more than one person? Because
Yes.
I love rabbits.
I
I
love
didn't
Board
hear
here of the
we
rabbit.
in your pronouns, so you might want to update that.
All right. I'm now they them. We hate rabbits.
My pronouns are we, us.
And my pet peeve is habitually late or flaky people.
Oh.
I
So
think that it's just extremely disrespectful to other people's time.
Understandable. I could get behind that.
So yeah. Are there any questions? I'm not answering more questions about the rabbits.
Why do you hate jellyfish?
That's a whole story. Do we want to get into that now?
Go for it, honestly.
Mhm.
Okay. So, I used to swim competitively. And essentially what happened was the short version is that there was a race on this course and they messed up the race the previous year. There's two important things to ocean races. One is the direction of the current. You want the current going with you and not against you. And then the second one is the direction of the shore. Ideally, you have the shore to the right of the swimmers, because most people, when they breathe to the right. And so that gives them a quick little gauge about like how far away the shore is, specifically so that they're not like breathing and being like, oh, it's just water, I must be swimming the wrong way, you know? And so the current is the most important, but the shore is also pretty important. And one year they messed it up. So they had the current against us and the shore to our left. So they missed both marks. And that year was a absolute misery. The next year, they did the same thing. Like at the last minute, they tried to predict which way the current was going. And so they messed it up again. And they had the current against us and the shore to our left. But even worse, that year was jellyfish season. And for those of us who showed up, none of us really noticed until it was way too late. And there were like a lot of people who had dropped out of the race, like just not showed up that year. I would say there was about half the participation there normally was, because I guess people read the news and realized like, oh, it's jellyfish season, I'm not going to go. But the rest of us, poor folks, went to this race. And I personally got stung 12 times in the 30 minutes that I was
Oh
racing.
my god.
And about after like the 6th sting, I was like, are jellyfish poisonous? Like, this had never crossed my mind. I'd done this race a few times. People get stung all the time. But I was like, this is a disproportionately high number of stings. Are jellyfish poisonous? Am I going to die? And then I was like, you know what? We finished the race.
Oh my God.
No matter what, we finished the race. Like, I was going against the current, salt everywhere, felt like death. I crossed the finish line and I immediately collapsed. And then they started pouring vinegar all over me because they were like, "Oh my god, he's got stings all over his body." And then that caused me to throw up. And yeah, that's why I hate jellyfish.
You know what?
Um,
Valid hatred.
Wait,
Got
so
it.
are
They
jellyfish
brought me over-
poisonous?
They brought me over to like the medical attention tent. And even more mental than that, about like 15, 20 minutes later, this old lady comes like hobbling out of the water, supported by a couple other people. And normally, when people her age, like she's like old. Normally, when people her age are like doing this race, they wear like full body suits to help them like keep a little bit warmer, et cetera, et cetera. Because this was an early morning race, by the way, in the ocean, which is cold. In fall as well, which meant it was colder. But she was wearing a normal one-piece suit, and there was a huge red gash across her chest. And I like asked her, like, I was like, "What happened?" And she was like, "Oh, a jellyfish went down my top." And I was like, "What?"
Oh.
And she said, "Yeah, a jellyfish went down my top and it started stinging my whole like chest. And I just grabbed it and like chucked it to the side and then kept racing." And she still had tendrils left over on her chest, by the way. And people were like trying to like grab them and like get them off of her because they were still stinging her. Like the tendrils still sting you even when they're completely detached from the jellyfish. So, and she toughed out the rest of the race. So mad props to her. She's kind of an idol for me. I wish I got her signature at the
Shout
time.
out,
but I
old
didn't.
lady, if you're out there listening, you're our MVP.
I miss you.
Yeah, no, I got
Yeah,
stung
we
exactly
hate jellyfish.
once while I was on vacation, and I had to take a Benadryl, and I passed out the rest of the night. Ruined my first night of vacation.
That's unfortunate.
Jellyfish stings are no joke.
I never got my answer. Are they poisonous?
I think some
some
of them
are.
are. Some of them are.
They're venomous. Is it okay? Okay, this is the thing with jellyfish, right? Because they're kind of like a plant because they don't deliberately move their bodies. They don't have a nervous system.
Oh yeah, I think that's
So it's-
what it is. They are venomous. You're right.
But like,
Because
I
poisonous
feel like
means
it's
you
such
ingest
a
it.
yeah.
Poisonous is specifically you ingest it, and then venomous is like contact.
Well, no,
Poison
except
is if you bite it and you die, it was poison. If it bites you and you die, it was venomous.
does
I
that
guess
mean
it doesn't
that
bite you, though.
stinging nettles are venomous?
It's the same principle though. Yeah, jellyfish are venomous.
Can someone Google? I'll do it. Actually,
I just
while we're
did.
asking
Fun
someone else.
little.
Can you
fun
Google
little
if stinging
thing.
nettles are venomous? I'm curious.
It says they release a venom
Oh.
that paralyzes
Fun-
their targets. So,
Fun little thing.
No,
there
but like,
were.
wait, hold on. I'm talking about plants.
Okay.
oh,
Go
you
on. No,
meant
sorry,
like
go on.
There were
stinging
there were
nettles. I thought you
Portuguese
meant like a
man-o'-wars off the
jellyfish is
coast.
stinging
I'm
nettles.
sorry, you were with Portuguese Man of War?
There were Portuguese man-o'-wars off the coast that year.
Oh my
Like I
gosh.
looked it
That's
up on my
terrifying.
phone when we were leaving the race, and I was like, "Why did they let us race?" This race was in memory of someone who had died, by the way.
From
Well, they were like,
jellyfish?
if another person
And-
dies, oops.
They almost added to the body count.
But you didn't get
Significantly.
stung by Portuguese Man of War, right? Like they were just
I
jellyfish?
Don't think I did, but when I was warming up, and I was completely unaware that there were lots of jellyfish in the water. When I was warming up and I was coming back to the shore, I got stung so badly that I thought I had raked my leg across like a broken pipe. Like I thought that I had like a huge gash down my leg and I was bleeding. And so I was like waving down like, my coach, my dad, anyone to try and get like medical attention. And I was hobbling out of the water. And they came over and they were like, "What's wrong? You're fine." And I because I was afraid to look down because I thought it was just gushing blood everywhere. So I finally looked down. There's just this giant red gash down my leg. That was different from the other 12 stings I got. But I wonder if it was, I don't think it was a Portuguese man of war, but it was
You'd
definitely
probably be
something
dead.
worse.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You'd know. They just sit on the water.
Yeah, it was not a pleasant experience, but there were Portuguese men of war off that coast.
Scary.
Probably not close enough to get
They
us,
should have
but they
done
were.
a better job coordinating that event.
I feel like they should have
At
canceled
all.
that event.
Yeah, that definitely. But I'm just like, how is that not a consideration?
I did not go to the race after that year, believe it or not. That was my last year going. I
Understandable.
stopped.
It sucks. It ended on a terrible note, but I understand why you never went back.
Yeah, and I actually, fun little thing, I haven't gotten in the ocean since then. But I do have a trip planned next month where I am actually going to the beach and I am actually planning on getting in the water.
Good luck.
So we'll see. I'll do my research, make sure there's no jellyfish.
Wear your jellyfish-proof pants.
So true.
I don't have any of those.
All right, get them.
Invest
You got a
in
month to plan. You got a month.
I'll just get in like, you know, those like bubbles that people wear for like, what is the bubble soccer? Do you guys know what I'm talking
Yes,
about?
that's a
you
slime.
I'm gonna get one of
yeah.
those
Yeah.
bubbles.
Go across the surface of the sea.
I'm gonna get one of those bubbles.
Go visit Eve.
Yeah, come see me.
Via bubble.
I'm just gonna get lost at sea.
It's easy. It's a straight line across the Atlantic.
It's gonna be. I'm gonna start a podcast on the ocean.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
gosh.
Booing the
rival.
bubble.
Boo in the bubble.
Bubble.
Okay.
No, that wouldn't work.
Boo's bubble.
All right, Mr. Boo. Thank you for your introduction and your story on jellyfish.
Absolutely.
Now we move on to Miss Cheshire.
Hello. I am Cheshire, government name, government Discord name at least, but I go by Chesh. Pronoun she, her. Some of my hobbies include just minuscule crafting. I've dabbled with clay. I mostly do digital art when I'm not stuck in the worst art block known to man. And I would probably get into textiles if I actually had the time to do it, but I don't. Other hobbies, I read when the chance comes up. I like hiking. I've been trying to get into hiking, but it's hard because it's summer and it's hot outside, and Texas heat is no joke. But I do enjoy the scenery. And gaming, as we all do. And then ASMR. I don't do ASMR, but I listen extensively to all types of ASMR, whether it be hairstyling, hair salon, facial treatment, nail design, like acrylic nail art. You name it, I probably listen to it. As long as there's
Making shoes.
making shoes.
Making
yes.
shoes.
Yes, the only requirement is
Cobbling?
that they don't talk. That's it. Character traits that describe me are my diligence and my inquisitiveness. If anyone ever asks me a question and I don't know the answer, I will always look it up. I will not leave you hanging. Even if I say I don't know, I'm probably looking it up when I type I don't know. And I'll get back to you with an answer. My favorite game of all time, if we're going by gaming hours, then it would probably be the entire Splatoon franchise. Collectively for all 3 games, I have at least K hours at a minimum, which by some is not a lot, but for me it's a lot.
How many hours?
Like 3K across the board.
Whoa,
I think the most is dedicated to Splatoon 2. I think that's like 1.3K.
that's a ton.
It is a lot. I was addicted to that during COVID. That was the only game I would play, and I would marathon it for like 7 hours a day because I had nothing else to do.
Which one's the one on Switch? Is that 3?
2 and 3.
2 and 3. Okay.
2 came out in like 2020, I think, or 2019, and then 3 came out in 2020. So, yeah. But now I don't play the Switch that much, so hours have dwindled. And then Overwatch. Shout out Overwatch. Nobody in the server plays it anymore except me and Mia. Rest in peace, Mia.
I
she's here right now.
literally play.
Oh,
I
Eve,
literally
I'm
play
so sorry.
Overwatch.
Listen, you are not.
Jesus.
We are on a whole different time block. We're 7 to 8 hours time difference.
For me.
Way to say that you never invite Eve.
No,
No
we have
answer.
actually. She's come the last
Invite me
times
every
that
time.
we played Overwatch.
And
Many
I'm
times we've
almost
played.
every time I'm not available.
Yeah, exactly. Some things I like for my color, it's any rich green. I picked pine green for this questionnaire, but it's really any kind of royal elegant green. I dream of having green in my library in my house one day.
And I would be the best of library friends.
Oh my god. I found some nice rooms in IKEA that had the exact same green and it was a library. I took reference pictures. I will send. Gorgeous.
The IKEA green cabinets are my dream cabinets for a kitchen.
Oh my god. My favorite season is summer. Texas summer is a whole different breed, but as a whole, from the things you do in summer, going to the beach, going out with friends to do stuff, just the freedom that you get in summer, unbeatable. For my favorite animal, for like domesticated, or maybe not domesticated because it's technically not, but in terms of like something you would have as a pet, it would be a leopard gecko. Absolutely love those little guys. They're so funky and cute. So many cool colors. And then for exotic, it would probably be any seal ever. They're so cute. I love the way they waddle. They make cute little noises. Baby seals are the cutest thing ever, and I have at least 3 different plushies of seals that I've gotten from various aquariums.
I love seal like TikToks. They're so cute.
They're so cute. They just walk around and they just look lost and confused all the time. It's
The
my favorite.
sounds they make are incredible.
Way better than sea lions. They kind of scare me.
Well,
Like I respect
yeah.
them as an animal, but they kind of scare me.
They're terrifying.
And then for my favorite anime, it would probably be The Great Pretender. I've watched that series 3 separate times, 2 seasons. Absolutely fantastic. I don't know what Netflix was on when they made that, but it's a top tier show. It came out in 2019, I think, and it was a Netflix original. I don't know if Studio Trigger did it, but the art style is very nice and tasteful. It has that, I don't know what you call it, but when you have a moving object, but the texture of the object stays in the same spot, like
Yeah.
Chowder from
Yeah.
Cartoon Network. Yeah, it does that all the time. I love it. And then for an actual show, because all I do is watch animated series, you're only going to get an animated series from me, but it is Smiling Friends. I've watched the first season 8 times at least.
Wow.
Such a funny show. And then moving on to things that I dislike. Number 1 is people who are very indirect. If you tell me something and you're not direct about it, I'm going to assume something else. And then if you get mad at me because I assume something else, I'm going to be irritated because you didn't clarify. I mean, I'll ask you, but if you're indirect about it, I'll be frustrated. Another thing is, Kimi had mentioned long commercial breaks. I hate double commercial breaks. So, like Hulu, sometimes you watch a commercial break and it's set at 2 minutes, and then it finishes, and then it loops back into another commercial break that's another 2 minutes. And that pisses me off just a little bit.
I feel that,
And
especially since we moved to streaming to get rid of commercials.
for real, now we're back at square one.
Mhm.
And then another dislike is anyone who bails on plans last minute, or anyone who doesn't make an effort to make plans to begin with. I'm very much I love hanging out in person with people. And then when people don't value my time, either by canceling with no, solid excuse, just I don't feel like it anymore. And it's like within the hour of planning, then I get a little frustrated. And also people who don't make time to, hang out, then I feel like you don't want to hang out. And it makes me sad.
No.
And
I'll
then,
hang out with you.
yeah, I got my whole squad to hang out with me. That's why we're here.
I'm sorry for being asleep every time you want to play Overwatch.
I get it, Eve. You're across the globe. I get it. Okay, I was over there on that side of the globe 2 weeks ago. I get it.
Mm.
And then for pet peeves, number 1 is people who don't put things back where they belong. Biggest example is people with shopping carts who don't put it back in the shopping cart section. That's like every 20 feet. It shouldn't be that hard. If you took it out, you can put it back in. Another one is people who just stand in the middle of a walkway. Please go to the side of the walkway. That it's common courtesy. I hate having to walk around people and then be awkwardly like confrontative about it. Like, can you please move over? Especially when they have groups of more than 2 people. Then you're just a nuisance. And then the third one is clothing tags in crappy locations, like on your waist, where it sticks up at an angle on your neck, in your sleeve, like right near your elbow, or not your elbow, your underarm. I hate that. I hate having to rip off tags. They tell me how to wash clothes, but I don't want to have to rip them off if I don't have to. But they make me have to rip them off. And that's pretty much all I got.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any comment, questions, concerns from anyone?
Concerns.
Concerns? Are you concerned?
Are you
Concerned
concerned?
that
Chesh?
your favorite season is Texas summer.
No.
into
She
an air
said she liked
conditioner?
normal summer.
I like normal summer. I just live in Texas and have to experience Texas summer, but it won't stop me from enjoying actual summer.
Chesh, do you think that you like the idea of summer because when we were younger we could have summers off?
I mean, yes, but I also was in Europe for summer, and that was fantastic because it was just, 70s across the board. Sometimes in the 90s, but their 90s feels different than our 90s. It's
It
like
hits
drier
different.
over there, so it didn't hit as hard when it happened. I think the only downside was being up on the 3rd floor and the air is stiflingly hot, and it also being hot outside. But other
Well,
than
people
that,
have
it
no
was
air
great.
AC over
conditioning.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you just don't have a good breeze, then it just sucks. Like, I get why they don't have air conditioning. It just felt better.
Yeah. I have a question.
Okay.
If you obtained a leopard gecko, what would you name it?
I don't know.
Everybody put it
The
in the
immediate
comments.
name
Would
that
want her to
came
name
to
a leopard
mind
gecko.
was Lilo. I don't know why that one came up,
Oh,
but
that's
that
nice.
was the immediate name that I picked is Lilo.
Lilo the leopard gecko.
Mm-hmm.
I like
I
that.
like me some alliteration.
Well, thank you, Chesh.
Thank
All
you.
right, Eve, let's hear about yourself.
Okay, let me put my crochet down. My name is Eve. My pronouns are she, her. My hobbies are crochet, reading, mainly speculative and science fiction, gaming, and I'm just getting into sort of constructed languages and ciphers, and also medieval costuming. Those are my two like developing hobbies. And then my like I'd say my main hobby is probably folk music, both the listening, categorization, and preservation of, and then also performance. I'm a harpist and a singer. The two words I would use to describe myself are, I think I would just call myself an emotional nerd, because I feel like I'm super sensitive, and then also I love information, and I'm very nerdy about it. My favorite game of all time is Horizon Zero Dawn, and then I also have a very special love for the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. My favorite color is green or blue, or like a deep, rich purple or red. And I also like some like amber and burnt orange kind of colors. I have a very
It's like
broad.
8 colors.
Yes, we
many
like
colors.
other
I was
colors.
like, I was gonna say I don't have a favorite color. I love all the colors equally. That's not true, but I do have a lot of colors that I love and love and love. I also really appreciate a good beige. I feel like it doesn't get enough love.
Understandable.
My favorite season is autumn, which is not what you guys call it, but is the better word objectively. My favorite animal is, say it with me, folks, a badger.
Badgers.
Badger.
Yeah. My absolute favorite animal. I love badgers. Kimi, I need to make an editing request of you.
Okay.
I need you to. I'm gonna say right now that my favorite animal is a European badger, not an American badger. It's a European badger, and I want people to know. Back
Okay.
when I said badger a minute ago, I meant European badger specifically.
Okay. I will
American
put a
badgers
picture.
can get fucked. I can't. I need the people to know. I can't have people thinking I like American badgers.
Got you.
I didn't even know there was a difference. I didn't know
Dude.
we had one that was specifically American. Like, hold
They're
on.
aggressive. They're terrifying.
They are. They
Oh.
are what we call Gen Alpha badgers for.
So
Is that
are
where the honey badger?
here? Like, are they
Yeah, is that the honey
American
badger doesn't care thing?
Yeah, they're a bit like a honey badger kind of vibe. They're
Okay,
much
so
more
honey
like that.
badgers was their own badger.
I think so. I think they're a different species. Yeah.
Okay, I just got an infograph of all these badgers. Let me go through this real quick.
You're proving what you said about being inquisitive right now.
Yeah, because I want to know. Yeah, but
Real.
There's-
Editor's note: please throw in pictures of all the different types of badgers.
there's 17 different badgers. What the
Yeah.
hell? I didn't know there were this many.
Melis
Asia has a
Melis.
badger.
My favorite.
Indonesia has a badger. There's a Caucasian badger.
My favorite show. It said anime/show. I'm not that much of an anime person. I've seen 2 animes in my time. One of them was Kill la Kill. I was 15 and a budding lesbian, and I loved it. The other one was Hunter x Hunter, which was pretty good. My favorite show though is Severance. I
Ooh,
love
need to finish
how
that.
it's so good. I love the mystery. I love the drama. I love the scientific concepts. I love the craziness. I think it's insane, and I adore it. My dislikes are, I actually only put one, and because I spent a long time sitting thinking, what don't I like? The thing I don't like is the texture of peanut butter. I find it very difficult to eat.
Crunchy peanut butter or normal peanut butter?
Both. The butter part of the peanut butter sticks to the top of my mouth.
Have you
It
tried?
feels really gross.
Understandable.
Have you tried milk with it?
Huh?
Milk like breaks down the texture.
What, like, do I mix it into the milk? Or
No. Like
You just drink
Milk
milk
when you eat the peanut
separately.
butter.
yeah, like a peanut butter sandwich and a glass of milk.
I cannot wait to hear what Eve was going to do before we told her that. Just making a
Oh, you meant to,
smoothie,
like,
just
mix-
dumping milk and a
Yeah.
peanut butter sandwich in.
I was thinking peanut butter smoothie, which I actually might do because I have bananas right now that I need to use, and that
Ooh,
could be
there you
really,
go.
really tasty. But I don't drink a lot of milk. I like to go easy on the dairy, so I'm not sure that's an option for me. And also, I think a glass of milk is such an American thing to have. Nobody does that. Yeah,
It's super
that's-
American.
Yeah,
There's
it's because
there's
we were
big
forced to do
dairy
it at
over here.
lunches.
It's all
Big
because
dairy.
of big dairy, okay?
Not big
There's-
Remember
dairy.
that
You guys
surplus
have-
we had that we turned into cheese.
Doesn't Europe literally have milkmen?
Yeah, but that's like
yeah,
You use milk in cooking and baking and stuff.
yeah, we don't drink
We-
it typically.
we use
But it
as a
comes in
government
gla-
cheese.
Oh, we have it in tea. We have it in a cup of tea has milk in it, so it's essential. It's an essential part of the British household. But we don't drink milk on its own.
The milkman delivers it in
To your
glasses, though,
doorstep,
doesn't
in
he?
glass bottles. Not in glasses. You think a milkman is delivering
no,
open
glass
glasses
bottles.
of milk?
No, glass bottles, which you open the bottles and then you just drink it.
No,
And
you
then you
don't.
put the
You
glass
store it in the
back
fridge and you
out.
pour it out of the bottle.
Yeah.
And then you put the glasses back out for recycling with the milkman.
Yeah, the only reason that they're glasses is so they can be reused. They can be sterilized and reused really easily.
I have heard that you guys have plastic bags of milk.
That's
Canada.
Yeah, that's Canada.
Oh, that's a different
We
place
we
then.
do the supermarket. We have like plastic milk jugs now. Mostly the milkman is less common.
R.I.P.
Or
Milkman.
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 You'll be missed.
They actually have come up with some really cool services lately that's like a milkman, but they also deliver like cereal and orange juice and toast, like bread for toast and stuff. There's like a general
breakfast
food. Yeah.
Breakfast man.
Isn't that so cool that you can just have somebody drop off
That sounds like
planned
Instacart.
every day?
It's
Yeah,
just-
except it's like you set it up and it happens like every morning. You just get the amount you need for the
Ah.
day.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You wake up late one morning.
Well, you don't have to answer the door. That's the joy of it. They leave it on the step.
I'm saying like you wake up at like 1 p.m.
And you
And
go
your milk's
outside and
just
the
out there
orange juice
ruined.
is warm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
another great thing
God.
about British weather, though, is it gets cold in the night pretty much year round. So the mornings, the early mornings, when the milkman goes around, the outside is colder than a fridge through like
Ah.
2/3 of the year. Nice little detour into milk territory there. Love that.
Mhm.
My pet peeves. I have two. One of them is when people take their frustrations with the situation out on the customer service worker who just happens to be working there that day.
Mhm.
That's really irritating. It's very much shooting the messenger. It's not their fault. And the other one is the way Americans say the words mirror and horror.
Mirror.
Mirror.
How we say it
Mirror
with
and
the
whore.
er.
Mirror.
Or
Mirror.
Mirror, mirror.
Mirror.
Every-
Er.
Say that. We don't all say it like that. Here.
A lot of people do, and even the people who don't.
it's heavily based on where your
saying that.
accent's from.
I want everybody from Becca. I want it to go Becca, May, Chesh, Boo, Kimi. Say mirror.
Mirror.
We're doing the lineup.
Yeah.
Mirror.
Mirror.
Go
Give me, you're going first, right? Or is it
No.
me?
It's you.
That's you.
Oh shit. Mirror.
Mirror.
Okay, Chesh and Boo are the best out of you guys.
Yay!
Oh my god, we passed the enunciation test. Let's go.
We did it. All right,
It doesn't
Eve.
like it doesn't
that
like
Mine
aggravate
and
me.
Kimmy's are southern accented.
Mirror.
Yeah. Mirror, mirror.
Eve, now you have to say squirrel.
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 Don't
It doesn't, like,
buffer. It was a cute
aggravate
way to
me.
say it.
It doesn't aggravate me to hear it when people say it the way I don't like. I just, if I'm trying to like, it like fucks up the way I say it because I start thinking in American accent if I listen to it too much. There's also like the way you say burger, you just completely get rid of the vowels, but then when a British person says burger, we don't say the R's. You guys are saying burger and I'm saying burger, you know?
Burger.
Burger?
Burger.
Burger.
Burger is comes out the exact way we were taught to sound it out, to be fair. With each
Mhm.
letter individually sounded out.
You could be reading BRGR and it would sound the same. Burger.
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 Whereas you could get rid of the R's and
Well,
keep
to
the
be
same
fair,
sounds. And that would
If
be
we
the way I'd
kept
say it.
if we kept the other way, people would say booger, like
True.
boogers in your nose. So
We call them bogeys.
Bogies.
What?
Bogeys. You got a bogey.
That's like
that's
a golf
really close
term.
to hoagie.
I like it. I like bogey. Where were we? Is that everything? Is that all of my things? I think that's all of my
Yeah.
things, guys. I think
Yeah.
I'm done.
Comment,
job.
questions, concerns, anyone?
What is Severance? You were like gushing
Oh.
about it. So now I want to know because I
It
like.
is.
I literally said I wanted to watch it with you, Chesh, and with Mia.
Oh, I thought
Wow.
I forgot you were
maybe I
talking about the
just needed-
show.
Maybe I
I
just
was
needed
like
a second
Severance
opinion.
Pay.
Yeah, I was
I'm,
like, well, severance
do-
pay is a human right.
I'm gonna do a human right. I don't think it's a human right. I think it's a worker's right.
It's a worker's right.
Well, I mean, every human is supposed to have to work, so I mean, I get it. Technically, human right.
Real. Let me
don't
give
get
you a
Severance.
short spoiler-free idea of what Severance is. Right. There's this world in which there's like this huge, dominating corporation that like cover like load like they basically own the town this guy lives in, but they're a medical company. They do medical stuff, like equipment and
It's medical
medications
Amazon.
and ointments. They started out with ointments. That was how they began. And our main character lives what is called a severed life, which means when he goes to work, he has a separate work personality that lives inside his brain thanks to the severance chip. And so when he goes down in the elevator, his personality switches from his outside of work personality to his working personality, and they don't share memories. They have completely separate memories. So our working Mark, they call them innies and outies. The innie Mark has never seen anything outside of his workplace. And outie Mark doesn't have any memories of what the work he's doing is. He just knows he works there, and he goes there every day and comes back every evening. And there's a huge amount of mystery. We get a lovely new character called Helly at the beginning, who is like a brand new employee, so we see what that's like. There's missing people. His sister has a baby at one point, which kind of doesn't feel relevant to the plot, and then actually it is the further you get into it. It's fascinating. It's like it feels like a crime drama, but like a bit more lighthearted and silly, I think.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
I
Kimi,
would
you wanna
literally
watch
give
this
it 10 out
show?
of 10.
I'll do it. I don't know what I said last time you asked me.
I think you were down, but we
Can
just
I
never
join
said-
in?
Then my
Can I-
point
can I-
still stands.
Heck yeah.
Can I rewatch with you guys?
Heck yeah.
Slay.
All right. Thank you, Eve. Appreciate you. All right. On to May.
Hello, it's me, May. My pronouns are she, they, because sometimes I feel like a she, and sometimes I feel like a they. All vibes here. My hobbies are gaming, of course. Crafting in general. I mostly crochet, but I also cross stitch, and I also do like paper crafting. I've got a Cricut. And yeah. And then my other hobby is shopping. That's so like basic bitch girl of me, but it's true. I
If
love
it's who you are, it's who you are.
I love the dopamine hit from shopping. So instead of giving myself 2 character traits, I gave myself 3. I'm pretty nosy. I like to know what's going on. I want the tea. I want the drama. I'm a loyal bitch. All right. Just so everyone knows, I will never betray you.
Nice.
Unless
you.
you're evil, and then I will have to betray you.
Oh my god.
You can't
I
like
promise to
be
never
evil with
be
me
evil.
or what?
Huh?
I said you can't be evil with me or what?
It depends on what kind of evil you are.
May
You're the
She's
bad
loyal
kind
good.
of. If you're the bad kind of evil, then I'm sorry, girl. Anyway,
Let's overthrow the government type of evil. She's in.
yeah, anything to overthrow the government. And some might even say that I'm aggressive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, actually,
none
the
of us
conversation
here.
you were having
You
with
know what?
Boo
Wait.
before we
None of
started.
us here would ever say that to you, but some might.
Somebody.
Don't bring that up, Eve. Don't bring that up. I smoothed that over already. She's gonna chuck me off Kimi's head.
No, I'm not that kind of aggressive. I'm just verbally
That peace sign
aggressive.
turns into a gun.
Anyway, my favorite game of all time is probably Stardew Valley because I've got like over 400 hours in that. And I also own it on like every single platform. Honestly, if we're going by that, then my favorite game is Don't Starve because I have all the Don't Starve mobile games. I have Don't Starve Together and regular Don't Starve on my Xbox. I've got it on my PC. And I have it on my Switch. So actually I changed my answer. It's not Stardew Valley, it's Don't Starve. And then my guilty pleasure game is League of Legends. So
Understandable.
Real.
maybe that's why I'm so aggressive. Some things that I like. My favorite color is pink. Duh. My favorite seasons are spring and fall because they're mild and I love mild weather. My favorite animals are cats and lizards. And my favorite anime is Gunslinger Girl. And then my favorite like Western TV show is New Girl. And some things that I dislike in no particular order: mushrooms, men, capitalism, mayo, being abandoned by Kimi, Chesh, and Becca for the finals, and children.
I'm glad we were second to last. We had an opportunity to think that we were safe, and then she came
I
in
got
like
double hit,
swinging.
dude. I got double hit. What are you talking about?
Oh, children was the.
And then my pet peeve is slow walkers. Like, I'm sorry, bestie, but I have places to be. If you can't keep up, that's a you problem.
I feel attacked actually as a slow walker.
Yeah, same.
Really only proving the aggressive point here.
May
Listen,
zooms, guys. She zooms.
I'm gonna need like
I
a
cannot and
hoverboard.
I will not slow down. My brakes don't exist. Brake lines, they've been cut.
What is it? A Segway? I'm gonna need a Segway to keep up
For reals.
with me.
Yeah, if you're a slow walker, get on a skateboard. I'm just dragging your ass, okay?
Thank you.
We just need somebody who's way faster than May to like outwalk her, and then she got to fight to the
Got
death
it.
on who walks
I got
faster.
it. I got it, and I'll bring Raiden's wagon to put people in as they fall over.
Let's go.
My fourth character's trait is that I'm insanely competitive.
Okay, so that's perfect.
You're just gonna see me and May sprinting around the mall.
The fucking power walk duel.
Actually, not even. They're not even going into the shops to shop. They're just doing laps.
It's like,
Oh my God,
the
that's
Mario
how we
Kart
follow
theme
along.
songs start to play.
We would get so fit if we did that.
The police are
Dude,
just like, "Hi, ma'am,
actually.
how can I help you?" And they're like, "Get out of my way!" And then they just go.
The people in the middle of the hallways of the mall, the ones that sell you perfume or whatever,
We just
have
push
I don't
no
got
chance.
I literally speed walk away from them when I'm in the stores. Like,
Maybe
we
that's
are.
the
People's
leeway.
fries. People's fries being whipped off their plates by the air, the wind generated by the speed as they go past.
It's like when you're in a
Wi-Fi,
marathon
then
and
Wi-Fi.
it's like when you're in a marathon and you like whisk by to get that one cup of water. That's me with the free samples.
Oh my god.
Do you have any
comments?
questions,
Yeah.
concerns,
Oh,
comments?
me.
Sure.
What is
Boo.
your favorite Don't Starve Together character?
It's Wendy.
Wendy!
Boo and I main the same characters in like every game, basically.
Okay. Miss May, I do have a question. What's your favorite kind
Yes.
of pink?
My favorite kind of pink, it's probably like baby pink. Like the real classic pastel pink. But then I also love like a tea rose pink.
That's nice.
Yeah, like
Dusky pink.
yeah, like a real like how the sky looks when the sun is rising during mid-spring and the birds are out chirping and it's just like a whole vibe.
Beautiful.
What a beautiful picture you just painted.
Thank you. I'm a writer.
Okay.
Gotta let the people know.
All right. Thank you, May. On to not last but not least, Becca.
I'm Becca. She, her pronouns. My hobbies include reading, gaming, just like the rest of us, I also do D&D world building, and I DM campaigns for my family and friends in person. Um, Two character traits that would describe me, according to most people, at least, around me, say are that I'm caring and I'm loyal to a fault. Like, you could fuck me over a bunch of times and I'd still forgive you and still be loyal to you as a person. Um, my favorite game is really hard to choose because I play such a large variety of things. But Minecraft is what got me into building a PC so that I could mod it. I've got thousands of hours in Minecraft. I play a lot of Pokemon and farming simulators like Stardew and Story of Seasons, but I also love a good survival game like 7 Days to Die. My favorite colors are like a forest sage velvety deep green and a pastel pink slash sunset pink, which is like the color that the sky turns or the clouds reflect whenever the sun is setting. My favorite season is fall because I like when it cools down because I'm in the Midwest. And my favorite animal is a sloth. I have one tattooed. All of my family gifts me sloth related things because I had mentioned liking sloths once. Um, my favorite anime slash show, all I watch is animated things. I am a mom, so everything that's on my TV is always animated now. But my favorite anime is Demon Slayer or Spice and Wolf. And for TV shows that happen to be on my TV constantly, Bluey is my number one.
Love
Um,
Bluey.
Dude, it's
Same.
so good.
I'm bingo.
I love Bluey.
I very much carry a chili persona as a mom, so you know, it is what it is. Some things that I dislike are lettuce in general. I don't
Ooh.
like lettuce. And I hate that they serve milk with school lunches. And there's no other option. You get like 4 different types of milk or nothing.
Big dairy, dude.
Like they serve apple juice and orange juice for breakfast, but they won't offer it at lunch. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Mhm.
I hate it. My pet peeves are like the typical like skin like curdling noises from like styrofoam rubbing together or like writing on a chalkboard. And slow walkers that walk in the wrong direction or block entrances. That really frustrates me. Another
Shit.
pet peeve I have of people is when they just walk up and think that they can touch your baby or your pregnant belly.
So true.
That's actually really inappropriate. Like
Oh,
why?
it is
Like I
so
hate it when
inappropriate.
people do that.
People like come up and try to get in my kid's face, and I've never wanted to punch people more. I'm not a violent person, but I become one.
Like it's a completely newborn like child, and then you're exposing them to all these extra germs.
I'll add, it's mostly because my son was born in the middle of the winter, right? So it's RSV and flu season, and people would come up and get in his face and go, "Oh my gosh, the baby's so cute, boy or girl?" And I'm
Like, leave
like,
the
"Can
kid
you
alone.
back up, please, before I punch you?" And like postpartum's rough enough as is with hormones. Don't need people getting in your baby's face.
So true. I would probably get aggressive.
It's an instinct.
Mhm.
It's like an animalistic instinct to protect your young.
Okay. Any comments, questions, concerns?
Do you have a favorite sloth?
I love the three-toed sloth, but historically speaking, I love the giant sloths that were around in the dinosaur era.
Ooh, so do you like
Big
the
leg.
sloths in Ark?
I love them.
That's
They're
bingo.
yeah, they're my
This
favorite.
is kind of a question. Have you heard about the sloth population issue lately?
I have not because I ignore bad things happening sometimes.
Oh, the sloths they're having a higher mortality issue because they keep on grabbing their own arms.
Yeah, that tracks. Never said they were smart. I just think they're a
It's
really
really sad.
good reminder to slow down and reflect. And they also are really loyal to their home ground and they don't like to evacuate.
Hmm.
I respect it.
You
Okay.
said one of your hobbies is reading. Have you read
Yes.
anything cool that you would recommend recently?
I am a really big romance reader. I will add that I've read like 56 books so far this year.
Jesus.
I have several series that I loved. But I'm currently reading a mystery book called Hidden Pictures that is really good. It follows a nanny and a little boy who is like seeing some paranormal stuff. But I think the editing style of the book, where they add in like pictures and stuff that he's actually drawing, is really neat and it's a cool touch.
Nice.
I would like to make a clarifying comment. When I said that I dislike children, that was excluding your child, Becca.
Oh, my child named after the gods is excusable. The rest of them aren't. Got it.
Yes. It's because you're my friend, Becca, not because he's named after a god.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a just in
Naming him
case,
after
won't hate.
Naming him after a god was quite the choice, because he is quite large for his age.
What is the name the god of?
I named my son Raiden.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to cut that?
I do know that. I
Oh.
do know
Okay.
his name. I
Uh,
didn't know we were saying the name.
yeah, no, it's fine. I believe of lightning and storms.
Oh, epic.
Ooh.
Epic.
Not for him.
Mhm.
I will also add that my child sleeps through storms and doesn't wake up. The god of thunder.
He's soothed. He's soothed.
That's his zone, dude.
Um,
All right. Well, that is everyone. That is who we are. I think we plan on trying to do a podcast every 2 weeks or bi-weekly, I mean. Any last comments from everyone? Anyone?
Are we gonna
Yeah.
have? You go first.
I was gonna say, I feel like we should do like a we love the internet type of feel at the end, where it's something random that we found on the internet that we think is great.
Oh my god, I have to do research.
second
I have to
that.
do homework for this.
Does it have to be anything, or can it be gaming related?
I think it could be anything. Something that relates to your personality that you found cool or interesting in the 2-week period that we've had off, I think would be fun.
That's easily doable. I can do that. I second that decision.
Because we all live on the internet. That's why.
Yeah, we're all chronically
Exactly.
online, so it should be easy
You
to
don't
find
just have
something.
random shower thoughts you look up and then you stumble down a rabbit hole of something you really don't know if you should have discovered or not. Like, bring that up.
I have to
Man,
check
I
my
got
open
tons
tabs.
of those.
Exactly.
Well, I want to offer congratulations to someone who I don't think any of you guys know. There is a famous YouTuber out there in the Pokemon sphere named Shiny Catherine, who recently hunted and caught a shiny shaman, and she's been wanting this Pokemon for 10 years.
10
So
years. Oh my god.
10 years.
I
So
love
huge
shiny
congrats to
shiny.
her.
Let's go.
Congratulations, Catherine, for being shiny.
Congrats.
And shiny
Mhm.
shiny shaman is, instead of its normal green form, it's this like turquoisey aqua-ish color. So
Is
it's really
it
pretty.
true cyan? Is that what's
Oh
going
my
on?
God.
Are we going
No.
full circle?
No, it's not
Oh
true
my God.
cyan.
Could you imagine? It actually is.
If I color pick it and it's cyan, you're gonna eat your words, boo.
Fun little thing. I actually need to hunt that same shiny shaman for one of my friends later.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, so you're gonna be busy for the next 10 years. We won't see you again. Got it.
No.
Yeah.
Alright, everybody, that was Boo. Our
Nice
guest
to meet
for
you
the
guys.
first
I'll be
pod.
back
First and
never.
last time.
All right, but for real, thank you anyone who stuck out this long with us. We are still, this is our first podcast. We're still figuring it out. But yeah, thank you, and I hope y'all stick around for the ride. Bye.
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 Bye bye.
Bye.